You made some comments that have gotten a lot of people upset about talking about killing a lot of people.
I didn't say kill a lot of people. I said I'm going to shoot some people.
Okay, why did you say that?
What would George Washington do? What would Thomas Jefferson do? It is our civic duty as citizens of this country to respond to treasonous and tyranny. It's our absolute, it's our birthright, and it's our responsibility.
So can you elaborate when you say shoot some people? Because to a lot of folks it sounds like a threat.
Of course, I was angry when I made the video, and probably should have metered my words better. I am not plotting to kill any officials or anything like that. I have no plans to do that. But the American Revolution is not that indifferent. The things that were going on during that time are not that different than what's going on right now. And I believe our forefathers would be turning over in their graves if they had any idea what we've let this country become. I don't mind paying my taxes. I don't mind doing everything that I'm required to do, following, I'm a law-abiding citizen, but I expect my constitutional rights to be left in place. And they have been eroded and eroded and eroded, and I've drawn a line in the sand.
The line that you've drawn makes some people pretty nervous.
Good. It's time. It's time for people to be nervous.
They're nervous about you.
Well, I understand. I am a person of conviction, and when I say things, people believe me. But I will reiterate that I have no plot. There's no notes on my desk about killing anybody. I was angry when I made that, and those were far-fetched statements. But the reality is that I feel that this country is headed for collapse in several different ways, economic and as well as political.
Under what circumstances would you shoot somebody?
That's a pretty ambiguous question, and well, certainly in defense of life. But the question is, I guess, right now, in defense of liberty, and what does that mean? I don't really know. I don't really know how to answer your question. I don't really know what the right answer is, and if I had a year to think about it, I don't know that I could answer it with any satisfaction. However, it will be time to shoot people when the Constitution is set on fire.
Can you explain more?
Ask a different, more direct question or something.
You said it'll be time to shoot people when the Constitution's set on fire. Are you talking about literally somebody taking the paper document and lighting it, or what are you talking about?
Examples of what I'm talking about are outright gun confiscation, martial law, things like that. There are things going on in this country that should not be going on. They're not legal in any sense of the word. And I know I might be loud, and I understand that I'm radical, but there are a lot of people that are far more eloquent than I am and far more educated than I am that agree with me.
Well, sometimes the attention getter is saying that you're going to shoot some people.
Right.
And when I hear you, I'm thinking if somebody comes to confiscate a gun at your house, are you going to open fire on them?
Yes.
Go through that again?
If somebody comes to take my guns, I will shoot them.
Can you hear what that sounds like to people who are not of your same political opinion?
I would hope that they have been educated, and I hope they can read the Constitution. The Second Amendment is the most clear amendment in the entire Bill of Rights, and it says shall not be infringed. It's the most clear and concise amendment that there is.
Talk about the reaction you've had to the YouTube posting.
The overwhelming response has been very positive and very supportive. The detractors have threatened bodily harm to me and my family, and threatened to burn my business down, and calling me all kinds of names, and calling me a Nazi and things like that. And nothing could be further from the truth. They've been very rude, calling and making nasty threats via email and everything else, and they've disrupted my business, and that's their goal, and I understand that. But the overwhelming majority of comments have been very positive.
So mostly positive. What are you hearing from people?
Well, in my video, I tell people to make sure their rifle's clean and their mags are loaded. And most of the responses I'm getting are, my rifle's clean and my mags are loaded.
And the people that have been saying rude and ugly things, describe what the general tone is that you're getting.
I think the general tone, it seems to be, it's certainly anger and frustration. And they're just, it's funny because they tell me that I'm wrong for threatening violence, but they're threatening me in the same breath.
What kind of threats are they specifically?
Saying I should be shot, my family should be killed, my house should be burnt down, very negative things about the women in my life, and I won't go into detail about, but some very terrible things.
These are, do you think that these are real threats?
Credible? Probably not, but it only takes one person to make it real.
Well, some people could say that about you.
You're right, and I hope they're paying attention.
All right, sum it up for me. Oh, there was one version up on YouTube, and then it came down, the part that about killing people. Then it went back up without that in there. Were you the one that edited that?
Yes.
Okay, tell me why you did that.
Again, I was angry when I made the video. I said some things that probably should have said differently. And I realized that the talking about shooting people is inflammatory. And so I took the video down, edited and took that part out and put it back up. It wasn't me trying to escape anything. I realized that people had already ripped the video and put it on other sites, but I wanted to reposition myself and basically admit that, you know, I went a little too far with that.
Talk about the national attention that you've gotten now.
It's pretty funny. I just got off the phone with a radio interview. MSNBC wants to speak to me. CNN has asked for an interview. You guys are here. It's been a very busy day.
Did you expect that?
No.
Okay, sum it up for me.
Our country was founded with the basic precept that each individual person was responsible for themselves. And the government is steadily trying to take away our ability to be responsible through taxation and the erosion of the Constitution. People are tired of it.
You're really tired of it, huh? I can tell. I can tell it just gets you, it just really gets you. Anything else you want to say?
I can't think of anything.
Okay. I think we're ready for two.